Hi my friends, it's Ian here. I've just come out for a walk again, same place in the little woods by the Dove, and I'm now going to have a nice cup of coffee. Now what I've purposely done is come without water, and so with being right next to the Dove, although it's been in flood, it has cleared up tremendously. And you can actually see the stones on the bottom. So what I've done is filled up my soya bag, and I don't mean the stuff that you put on your Chinese either. This is I don't know if you can see it there, soya. It's a soya filter. So what I'm going to do now is just filter that water off. What you don't want to do is to lose any of these caps, because you might be able to get replacements, but it's a monkey. So I'm going to leave that there a second and get my little pan ready. What I've done today is bought, and I've never ever used one of these in the field before. I have tested it at home and it worked okay. And this is what we call a meths burner. And I'm hoping I don't need a windshield. If I do, I have got one. But it's a little bit awkward because, as you can see, I'm on a stump here, so let me just put the camera down a bit so you can see. Okay, the pan is okay, I washed that the other day. So now I'm going to attempt to filter this. This is the first time this has been used. And it's looking nice and clean. These soya filters are supposed to be able to filter out anything that's really, really bad. Particles, parasites, I think it was even mentioned E. coli or something like that, I don't know. But I trust it. I used to be in the reserves, and we used something similar to this at one point, but that's enough water for me, so it's a good product. Everybody rates them highly. So what we're going to do now is put that pan of water there, out of shot, and we're going to fill the burner up. Not fill it right up. Oh my, that's tight. There might be a little bit of meths in this, let's see. Tiny bit, but not enough to do the job. So, I'll just put that back in there. I think this was round about £8, something like that. eBay. Most of my stuff comes from eBay. What I do is keep my meths in a Poundland water bottle. Not enough water to carry with you, possibly for a cup of tea, but this stuff is really highly flammable, guys. And what I've got to find now, I should have got it out ready, is my fire stick. So it should be in one of these pockets just here. It isn't. So I'm going to use the next best thing. I hope. That's what I'm going to have. These all come ready packaged, and you've got Nescafe coffee, obviously, sugar and milk powder in there, and it saves a lot of messing about. Let me put those on there. I don't want to leave them behind. What I should have in this, and I bet you I haven't got it in this one. No. And I thought I was organised. Just goes to show you that when you're getting old, like me, you your brain starts slipping cogs. And you forget where you put things. Next best thing, one lighter. Let's see if I can do this, guys. Let's have a look. That works. Now, has that worked? If not, I have got a dead minion. It's not really a dead minion. Inside every Kinder Egg, you've heard me say this before, is a dead minion. And what I do, I fill them up. Don't chuck them away, guys. Fill them up with cotton wool soaked in Vaseline. Did that work? That worked tremendously. Right, guys, that can go down. Now these, they have to, I call it gasify, a lot like the wood burners I've shown you on other videos. And there's some little holes in the top, you probably can't see them. Let me just bring the camera to it. Can you see those little holes? I'll be as gentle as I can so you don't go dizzy. That is still working, which is good. And it has to get hot. Once it gets hot, what you do get, if you do this indoors, which don't do this in your tent, but I was trying it at home, and it went like that. It works outside as well, and it frightens you to death. And that's usually when it comes up to temperature, all the metalwork. Okay, so we're going to bung that on there and put the lid on. I'm out and about with the dog again, Sheba, today, and she's attacking a twig at the minute. There's Sheba. I call these little videos out and about with the dog, or out and about with the lad, depending who I'm with. So we'll see how long that takes. It probably does want a bit of a windbreak, and which I have got somewhere. Again, everything is somewhere. It's usually in the back of my, here it is. These come flat pack, which is brilliant. Aluminium, light, which you always want when you're walking and camping and whatever. And it comes like this. Now the trouble is, it may be a windbreak, but the wind can actually blow this over, which is not what we're here for, is it? But if I put that round there, you won't be able to see what we're doing. But that is now working. I think what I'll do, I've got a bit of a slate here. I'll put this across the top and that'll weight it down, I hope. Okay, hope you can see what I'm doing. Let's move you around a bit. You've seen all this before. You don't need me to tell you. But look at that, guys. I don't know if you can see that, but that is hot. Kicks off some heat. Now, when I did this at home, let me just remove my plastic cap from out of there. Wow, it's warm in there. That's actually getting warm. That's probably the sun on the top there. When I did this at home, it took 8 minutes to come up to boil. You can actually keep meths in these stoves. It's got a rubber seal around the cap. Screw that down tight. You saw me struggling getting it off. And this is quite nifty because this snuffs it out. So you snuff it out first, screw the lid on, and then you can carry on walking and use it later on. But also this regulates the flame, so you can put that on like that, and you can simmer things, which is really good. So I'm looking for some telltale. Wow, that's hot. Yeah, we've got some little bubbles in the bottom, and the flame is still going. It's a lot more stealthier you know, if you're out and about and you don't want puffs of smoke everywhere and flames about 20 foot high. It's a lot stealthier than an open fire. And a lot better, I would imagine, for the environment. I don't know. But like I say, do not ever light one of these in a tent. Because if you do, I don't know what the fumes would do to you, because they do have to put something in it. Because some time ago, I heard that people used to drink the stuff, so they skipped the alcohol and went straight for the meths, and it didn't do them any good, and it won't do them any good now because they've put some colorization into it. It's purple, and to make it taste even nastier. But those flames are coming right up the pan. You can't see them, no doubt, because we're in the sunlight. So I'm hoping this video comes out all right. Let's just check that. More bubbles. Pan is absolutely red hot. I like this method of cooking as well because as you've seen in other videos that I've done, we all three of us, myself, Craig and Michael, my two sons, we've got wood burners, and what you do is put sticks in it, okay? So you don't need to chop up trees and everything. Sheba, come here now. You just put dry sticks in it like that, and if it snaps, it's good enough to put in the twig burner. And it's good, but you have to keep feeding it. And if you put too much on the top, because these wood burners I've already mentioned before, they burn from the top down, and what they've got is a double wall configuration. It's like a it gasifies the same as these meth burners do, and you get a lovely jet coming up. It gets red hot, so obviously it's doing this all the time, drawing in air, pushing it down, bringing it out the top and burning the smoke and the gases, but it constantly needs feeding and it gets red hot, so it cooks things fast. The only way you can regulate it is by not putting so many sticks on it, but then you've got this problem of going out and having to relight it. So this, I showed my lad for the first time, a youngster, Michael, and he absolutely loved this. And wow, that's red hot. It is hot. We've got flames coming up the side that you can't see. That is not far away from boiling. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is find get rid of some stuff out of my bag. What I do carry with me is my old mess tins. And within that I've got forks, I've got a fork, knife, fork, spoon I should say, and I have, and my lad loves this, I'm hoping that don't collapse, because if he does we are in trouble. I've got a pop-up cup, and he loves this. Pop! And that is it's okay. So what we need, especially when you take water and from a river or whatever and filter it, you really need a rolling boil. So that's what we're going to do. Tell you what, I'm going to use that fork to lift that lid off. Yeah, we're getting there. I would imagine it would take a lot longer outside. A few more minutes, not many. But those flames are licking up the side of you. And another thing, if you are in a tent and you was to kick this over and meths everywhere, wow, you've had it. Your tent has had it. The ground sheet at least. But I notice sometimes when you lift the pan off, the meths are sort of like condensed onto the bottom of the pan. And your pan is on fire for a minute or two. So it's quite strange that, but I don't know if you can see them flames there. It certainly is hot in there now. Oh, it's like a little oven. Let's have a look, guys. A watched kettle, I've been told, never boils. That's what my mother used to say, and she'd right. Oh, coming up to boil now. Very soon. You've got to keep the lid on, that'll help boil quicker. I've got enough water in here just to rinse the cup out a bit. They're quite handy these, because obviously you're always trying to save weight and you're trying to save space in your bag, so you can actually use it like that. So you could put a candle in there at night, guys, eh? What do you think? But my lad, bloop, he loves this little cup. I have got a tin one in there, but if you've ever been camping and put hot drinks in a tin, you're going to burn your lips and everything else. It's a gorgeous day again, but I've been really down not being able to get out because this weather in England is just terrible. It rains for about 10 days and it's good for 2. Just starts to dry out, the ground does, and then you've had it. So let's have a look, see what's happening. I want a good rolling boil. We're taking it out that, yeah, it's not too far off. I keep saying that, don't I? It boils when it's boiled. I like this little woods here where I am because you've got holly bushes all the way around. Ugh. Must have got a gust of air then. And it's quite, you know, you don't want to be seen by people on walks and stuff. Not when you're eating. Especially when you eat with your mouth, don't they, guys? Anyway, let's see if I can zoom in. I've got this, as I've said before, I've got this app, okay, and I'm going to zoom in, and it's a nice gentle zoom, so I don't know whether you can see the flames in there. I can see them licking around this handle, and as I've said before, guys, you know when you light a fire, it doesn't matter where you sit, the smoke always gets you in the face. And it's the same with this. It doesn't matter where you put the handle, downwind, upwind, sidewind, it always gets red hot, your handle. And that's what's so good about this as well, because it cools down really, really quickly. I can hear it boiling now, guys, so let me zoom back out. And I'll put that down. I can hear it boiling. You can see the steam. I'm not sure whether you can or not, but that's really boiling. I'm going to leave it for a few minutes. And along with the soya filter, which is here, still got a little bit of water in there, but it's a good system. Just a little tiny thing. Now, I've got a cheap version of this on eBay, and it was about, well, I say cheap, £10, whereas this is £25 with the bag. So you fill this up, screw it on, you've got a long tube, you've also got a big syringe because you have to back flush these about every 10 times or something like that. I'll back flush this with clean water when I get home. So for £25 you get a lot, but this is a lot. It's a little bit wider than what they call a life stick, but shorter. And it's a great little kit because you can go anywhere. Some say you can drink out of puddles, filter out of puddles, cow troughs, and all sorts of it. Have you ever seen what's in a cow trough? Oh man, have you ever seen a cow's nose run? I have. That's really boiling now, guys, so I'm going to give that a thumbs up. Put my lid there, pour a bit in my mug and swill it out. My dog thought I was chucking her some food, so she's come over. Now she's too close for me to chuck it down there, so I'm going to put her in there. And then, where's my little sachet? Where did I put it, guys? I thought I had it. Right, get another one in and find the other one in a bit. So I always keep these. I get these from Poundlands, and I think it's not £1. think they're about £2 for 10 or 15, something like that. And it's good. And now I'm going to bung that in there, put my water in. It's just a little bit of a brown tinge in that. Dry my pan off, stick that in my pocket, and now I'm going to drink my coffee. So I may see you in a bit, my friends. Thanks for listening, and bye for now.